Hi everybody, my name is Cheryl Pena. I apologize that I haven't done more of these. I meant to do them every Sunday and I have not been sticking to that at all. So I'm so sorry. But today I wanted to read to you a little bit of the House of Wynne Lift, which is my first novella. And then after this, stay tuned. I'll tell you a little bit about my next book that I'm actually querying now. So stay tuned. This is, again, chapter 1 of the House of Wynne Lift, and I'm just going to read a little bit of little bit of it for you. The journey had been long and arduous for the researcher and his companion, a reporter he had met in New York. The long plane ride had seemed bad enough, but the trip through the rough land and Erie Mountains drained them. They came around through what they deduced was a dried riverbed and clambered up the bank to stand by a scraggly-looking tree in the midst of a desolate area. There it is, the researcher announced, the castle tower. He pointed to the top of an outcropping on a mountain that seemed to have battlements surrounding the blunted peak and spires collected at the foot of the hill. It appeared strangely bizarre against the graying sky, and the reporter sensed that something was about to happen besides the imminent rain. The House of Wynne Lift, the researcher finished after a pause. Who is this mysterious Wynne Lift? The reporter asked. Ah, Mr. Wiley, what we know is that he was a wealthy recluse living in London, but he left society to live here. No one has ever been inside, and it has been nearly 20 years. Wiley let out his breath in exhaustion and perhaps a little from frustration at not getting his question answered completely. Silence was around them, but he sensed the drama of the moment as his eyes focused on the top of the tower. It was amazing. He couldn't imagine a person wanting to live in a cave for 20 years. How do we know anyone is still up there? No one has ever seen him. How do we know he's not dead? Oh no, Wynne Lift is alive. These are not rumors. This is not folklore. We know he was a very wealthy private man, but it shocked the city to learn of his plan to leave civilization. Why would a man of his stature want to live like a savage, was the question everyone asked. But travelers in this area all claimed to hear violins play when they passed the mountains, and Wynne Lift was an exceptional violinist. Do not tell me you think he is dead. These are stories. People who've been trekking for days in the wilderness. They're weary. They're hearing things. It could all be just overactive imaginations. The researcher was perturbed by Wiley's skepticism. I've heard them. Don't tell me I have an overactive imagination. I know what I heard is real. Believe me, you have not wasted your trip. We will meet Wynne Lift. The very name sent shivers over Wiley's body as he looked up at the sky and then at their destination, the castle tower. So that's just the first the first scene. I actually wrote this about 30 years ago, so I don't know that my writing style is the same. So hopefully if you like this, you will still like something else that I've written. The book that I had wanted to start querying first was a book called Redshift, which was a book that was based on my twin sister's concept that she came up with before she ever had a chance to write it with me, and then she passed away. So of course I'm devastated that I never got to write it with her, and that was the idea, was that I'd write it in her honor. However, I think because it's so long and it is potentially a trilogy as well, that it's completed, it's just not revised. So I wrote another novel as well called, you're getting this first, The City That Disappeared. And it is actually completed, and I've done some revisions on it, so I'm going to go ahead and query it now. I sent it to a couple of agents already, so hopefully some of them will say yes, or at least one of them. If they do, then that'll be the next thing I release after the House of Wynne Lift. It'll be that, and not Redshift after all. So I'm sorry. I know that I have sort of been saying everywhere that that's going to be what I do next, but just in case, I really, because it means so much to me to have that one perfect and to be a suitable, I guess, tribute to her, I really, really want it to be, I guess, better than it is now. So that one's going to be still revised. I have people reading it for me, and they're giving me feedback, so I'm kind of revising it based on that. So hopefully it will be ready soon, but at present, it's not where I want it to be. So the City That Disappeared, that is the next one. So hopefully that'll be something that you guys are interested in. It is a sci-fi novel, so I know that the House of Wynne Lift is a suspense thriller, but I usually write sci-fi. I can't rule out writing more suspense thrillers though, so hopefully there's something there that you will like. But anyway, that's what's coming on right now, and hopefully I'll be able to see you guys at the Bernie Bookshop coming up on October 16th, and that is going to be from 1 to 3 in Bernie, Texas. The details are on my website, CherylPena.com. I did put a link to my website on my YouTube channel main page, so go there if you are interested. But until next time, see ya.